birthday, didn't it? See that? Taylor fucking legend. You fucking.
So, Finey, can we look at the footy, mate? We're not North Melbourne.
A couple of things about the footy I want to talk about. I want to talk about Essendon. Nobody likes Essendon in this room.
No,
I don't.
no,
I don't. The dickheads.
No, they're as likeable as hives. And they are imploding.
The pies are all right.
Sargent's out. The word
Sargent's out. But I'll tell you what, Finey, I'm very happy with Stewart at centre half back. He really lifted his game last week, and he's back there again this week. He's asked him to play that role, and he went all right. I'm very happy.
He's all right. He should find a decent club to play for.
Ooh.
What do you think of succession plans, Rene?
Well, I'm all for it. Who needs one?
Pardon?
Who needs one?
What do you make of it, Doug? You see, the problem is Westfold basically stopped coaching halfway through the year.
Well, look, mate, funny, how can you have two coaches doing what they've been doing and having success? It's just impossible.
Well, Ben Rutten took over 8 weeks ago. If he was a caretaker coach, his record would be 1-7. There's no way he'd get the job next year.
Nah, that's right, he wouldn't, but it's in place, so wait and see.
What do you reckon, Warwick?
Too, Kinky. What's his game plan, Rutten?
That's right. Well, what's Worsfold's game plan? Who knows?
Yeah. He hasn't got one, has he?
And by the way, what's his background, Rutten, as a coach? Has he coached any senior footy alone, stand alone, or has he been an assistant?
I don't think so.
He came from Richmond, didn't he?
He's got
Richmond.
He's got
What's that, Finey?
Brett Ratton. Look, he's been an
Oh,
assistant.
not Ratton, sorry. I was talking about Rutten. So I was talking to Essendon bloke, sorry. No, Ratton, mate. Ratton was very unlucky at Carlton. Don't worry about that. But I was talking about Rutten. Sorry, mate. I thought you were talking about Rutten at Essendon.
Assistant coach. I mean, but it's that Richmond thing, because anybody that's been at Richmond must be a genius.
Finding the two big games that really are going to sort of, not necessarily, but could secure the GWS and Essendon and Melbourne. How do you see it? Because you're a supporter man. What do you want to come out of this, the final 8?
I mean, GWS was so poor against Melbourne. Just seeing that last quarter when Melbourne was switching the play, GWS had no players pick up anybody on the opposite flank. Like Langdon was running free.
But it got switched, you're right, correct.
Very lazy, GWS. I mean, he has checked out. You're an ex-full forward, Warwick. I saw you play.
Thanks, mate.
I want to say, Warwick Capper. Not Warwick talk about himself. Warwick Capper is in my, seriously, 5 most underrated players to play the game. And I'll tell you why.
I admire your honesty.
But boy, when he was right, he was catwalk. He would fly for the ball, but boy, you could keep your feet when you landed, Warwick.
Thanks, mate.
Great asset for a forward.
Oh, he certainly did. Finally, you're right. He was all over it. Very rarely did he get beaten.
All over like a cheap suit. But to be honest, hard back in the 80s, wasn't it, Rene? Hard work back then, 80s and 90s, and they used to smash you. You had to earn your kicks, and there's no chopping your arms back then. They expect you to play on.
But don't get worried.
Dangerous in that
70s where I came from, but it was real football. It was tough and
it was tough.
Kill you or survive.
Yeah.
Hey, Finey.
Yep.
I've just got a text message from Peter Gordon.
Oh, is he going to chip some money in and save your club again?
He sends you regards to you blokes. We're pretty good mates, man, Pete.
Tell him to give me a couple of $100. Go down well.
Yeah, Peter, good president.
Yeah, terrific. Hey, Finey, going forward, look, I tell you what, I'm backing Adelaide to beat Richmond at Adelaide. I know it's a tough ball.
Oh, kinky.
I don't think I'm off the mark too much.
No,
that'd be good odds, wouldn't it?
What a great... They've won 3 games in a row. They've finished the season with their heads held high. But that boy, Matthew Nicks, if you could pick one game to end the season, how great to play against the best team at home. See how good you are. Just go out there and have a dip. Nothing to lose.
Great, wouldn't it?
And that's what they've been doing, Adelaide.
I reckon they're a big chance to win. That'd be a good tip. Not that I bet much, but it'd be good.
Love
Do
it.
you think Tex Walker should retire, Warwick?
Yeah,
Do you think Tex
yeah.
Walker should give it away after this game?
Yeah, he's a bit
He
slow,
retired
mate.
a year and a half ago, didn't he?
Is he getting away, is he?
Yeah,
Finey.
here's not much.
He retired a year and a half ago. He checked out the afternoon they played Richmond in the grand final. In fact,
Correct.
he checked out before then. He's
had a fair run, 200 games too. Had a
for
fair
a big
run.
boy, he's played 200 games of footy. He hasn't seen too many packs. I mean,
No.
he's
Hey,
large.
Dougie, he's a bit like Tarzan. He's built like Tarzan, plays like Jane, smells like Cheetah.
He
Smells like what?
It's a good one, isn't it?
Cheetah.
That's like Peter.
You like that one?
Him
Yeah.
and McGovern,
He's built like
What's
Tarzan,
funny?
plays like Jane, he smells like Cheetah. That means he stinks.
McGovern in for Carlton.
Yeah, no, his time's probably up.
He
But
goes-
he's been okay. I think tell me if I'm wrong here. If he kicks 1 or 2, 3 goals, is he past the great Tony Modra at the
Yeah.
Crows?
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Yeah.
But you know what?
also-
he played 80 games more though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Modra only played 116.
I'll tell you what, when you're talking about Tex Walker Day, there's a lot of players over a lot of clubs that really need to look at hanging their boots up.
I reckon.
We haven't got time to run through it, but by Jesus, there's a lot of players that really need to look at their futures, and I don't think they've got a future. And as you said with Tex, their time has been called.
There's probably about at least 30 players, I recken.
Oh, you're right, Warwick. You're spot on, 100%.
They could.
Across the board, 100%.
As you know, Finey, why would you retire when you're getting 5, 6, 700,000? Go and work on the road traffic control and pick up 50 grand a year.
Yeah.
When you can play for footy for 5 or 600,000, why do you want to give the game away? They want to try and hang in as long as they can.
You got a
But
point.
it's not about, Doug, it's not about giving the game away. They're not good enough to be there to be the player that they should be, mate.
No, I agree, Kinky, but a lot will hang in there. And
Well, they'll try to. They'll try to.
Yeah.
It's all to do the contracts.
Hey, what about the good money? That guy from he went to GWS 7 years ago from Melbourne. He was on about $1 million a year 10 years ago, and now he's gone to Hawthorn, I think. He did his leg.
Tom
What's his name again?
Scully.
Yeah, he's still playing. He's hung in there.
And I'll give you two. Collingwood, Varco. He jumps out of shadows.
I reckon.
And Lyndon Dunn, he had his knee done and he's come back and he's played a few weeks ago. But honestly,
Yeah, great mullet bits of it.
Travis Varco,
Great haircut. He's got a great
he
haircut
jumps
radio
over
too.
the moon. Don't come near me. Don't touch me. I'm in the first step.
What about Dunny? He's got a great hair for radio, hasn't he?
Oh. But I'll tell you what. I'll throw this in, Finey, but I'm tipping Freo to beat the Western Bulldogs in Cairns.
Now that they are another look. There are 3 teams that finished the season with their heads held high: Freo, Sydney, and Adelaide. And you wouldn't want to be playing any of them seriously. I mean, they've all got plenty to look forward to. I mean, look, I won't go into details. It's been a very tough year personally for Darcy Tucker, but I reckon he should be an All-Australian. He's a very good player, that defender.
Who's Darcy Tucker? I haven't heard of him.
From Fremantle, the defender. Very.
That's how good he is. I haven't heard of him. But anyway, that's all right. I'll go along with the story.
What do you think, Craig?
I'll make your show look better. Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, who is he? Darcy Tucker. Someone wanted to chop her.
How about
I won't say the real word, but yeah. He's a good player, is he?
Do you like? Yeah, he's very good. Do you like?
I'm just taking the piss, mate. No, he's a good bloke, is he?
A good player. Yeah.
Is
very
he playing the back line?
Yeah.
I'll have a look tomorrow.
And they've had quite a few. They've had some decent players out.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
They play Sunday, Warwick, not tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, just for the show, mate. Just make it tomorrow. Who cares, mate? We're not getting paid for this. It's a lot job.
No, good point, Warwick. We'll change it.
And, you're
I
right
tell you
about
what, Kinky,
Fremantle.
hey, boys,
They got a good list.
I tell you, they're going to be very, very hard to beat, the Dockers. You're right, they're in good touch. They've been out there for a couple of weeks.
They've done everything right, Dougie. They've done everything
Yeah,
right.
no,
They've
they have.
been-
But our destiny's in our own hands. We win, we play finals, we lose, who knows? We may not make it.
You mean
Let's
Fitzgerald?
Let's just hope you don't have Josh Bruce lining up for goal after the song.
Oh, he's had a bad year, isn't he? He's making money.
Hey, Friday, why did you let him go? Why did you give him? What happened there? What happened there?
Why did St Kilda let him go?
He was kicking goals, Friday. Why would you let him go?
He's only kicked 12 goals this year.
He's got a sore back. He's not the player that he was.
Right.
His mobility's been checked.
Has he only kicked about 12 goals this year, boys? That's about all he's kicked, isn't he?
Yeah. No, he kicked 4.
So what's the reason, Finey? What do you think? You're a St Kilda man. What do you think he's dropped away from what he was giving you blokes?
Different game plan, maybe?
Well, he's definitely a confidence player. Mate, any bloke that can miss the goal he missed against Hawthorn has a downside. Do you remember that goal he missed in Tasmania?
Yeah.
Did he? I didn't see that. How close was it?
2 metres out in the goal square.
2 minutes.
What sort of money is he on, Finey, you reckon, at the Bulldogs, Josh Bruce? What sort of money would he be on?
850?
500.
850?
550.
How much?
850, I heard.
850.
No, 550. But you know who's been just as disappointing in a way is Alex Keith. I don't reckon he brings much to the party at all.
Who?
Well, I think just in his defence, boys, I've been watching the Dogs fairly closely. I think in his defence, I think he's more of a half-back, centre-half-back, and he's been caught playing at full-back.
Yeah.
And I just reckon he's not big enough to play on those bigger body players, the Lynches and the Hawkins and these type of guys. And I reckon he just get caught out a little bit. And I like to see Keith play up the ground a bit more up a half-back where he can intercept the mark, him not that last three. Is that a fair call, you reckon?
Set mark, but I haven't seen it. You got a beautiful player off that half-back line, that Crozier. Oh, boy, he's eager.
Very good.
Crazy, eh?
I rate him.
What about, had you rate Johansson, Kinky?
Yeah, very good. He wears number 2.
I like Johansson. He's been really consistent. And when he can break some lines and he can go, I want to see him kick the ball continually longer as he does. I like that, and I want him to pop it. Instead of going wide, I want him to pop it deep into the goal square, and he's terrific. He really has been great.
I reckon there's a good
number 39. He's good, and he does break lines. He's great, good player. But he's very consistent, isn't he?
I reckon he has cost the Doggies 2 or 3 games this year. He has been taken apart by opponents. He's not. Yeah, he's better up forward. He was better last week when he went forward and kicked a couple of goals because he is not a conscientious defender.
Yeah,
he
gets a lot of possessions. A bit like Brad Hardy.
A bit like who? Brad Hardy?
Yeah.
He
won a Brownlow, but he didn't pick a man up in 2 years.
Hey, Brad Hardy.
That's a bit harsh, Warwick.
Hey, you know Brad
Hardy.
Brad Hardy's that ugly, make a train take a dirt road. He's a good bloke, though. Nice bloke.
He's a good player, Finey, wasn't he, Brad Hardy?
Yeah, not bad.
Brad Hardy was a great player.
Good by himself. He wouldn't pass the water, so I got the shits with him.
He wouldn't pick up a bloke at a game like.
That's what I said. He wouldn't get. I like that joke. He wouldn't get a gay in a nightclub. Yeah, I fucked that up. Yeah.
You're a bit harsh on him. He's a beautiful bloke.
He wouldn't get a gay nightclub. I like that.
You played with him at Brisbane, Warwick. You should be complimentary of Brad.
I didn't get one pass in 3.5 years, and I was only there 3 years.
He was a beautiful player, though, Brad. Gee,
of course he was.
He was beautiful looking, but he was very smooth.
Beautiful, balanced player.
AFL Hall of Famer.
Kid, like myself and Dougie and Kinky. We're all Hall of Famers here, aren't we?
And you can't knock Brad Hardy in front of me. He's a terrific fella. And he was a very good player for football.
I'm just taking the piss. He's a good bloke.
Doug,
I'm going
around for lunch tomorrow. He's down
champion, Brad Hardy, champion.
He lives down Williamstown.
What's having Jack Henderson off the back line when they don't play that? They don't run off the back line anymore. They get the ball to Caleb Daniel and they kick it out now. He's a beautiful.
Yeah.
He's a good player, isn't he, Caleb?
Henderson hasn't taken a bounce all year.
His size, he's great, isn't he, Caleb? Can't believe it.
Yeah, good foot skills.
Finally, I'm just going to go to the last game, Collingwood, Port Melbourne. Funny enough, I think we'll go right against them. We'll go right against Port Melbourne, Port Adelaide, I should say, over in Adelaide, because
Collingwood, Port Melbourne,
always play well away. Sorry, Doug?
Collingwood, Port Melbourne, that'd be a heck of a game. Don't
be surprised if we don't go well. We're just decided at the moment to Gary back and a couple others, but we'll go all right over there. And where we finish remains to be seen, but we'll give it a bit of a kick along. So don't write us off.
You know, right, that Isaac Quaynor, he can kick it a long way.
Yeah, he's okay. He's not an A grader, but he's okay.
He's okay. He's a good ordinary player, isn't he?
Warwick, he's nothing like you. He's not an A grader. There's a big difference between someone like you and Dougie as an A grader, I can assure you.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up like this. Dougie, who's the best wingman currently playing in the AFL?
That's a good question.
Oh, well, it is back, Finey. You're right. Wingmen are back now.
Who do you like, that?
If Whitfield from GWS plays there,
Yeah,
he's got great foot skills and that. He plays more probably off half back. I'll probably have to go number 7, Lockie Hunter. I may have to go there. I'm not.
Gaff?
I'm not really over Finey. I don't
Is
know
there
all the
such a thing called a winger these days?
Yeah, it's back. Andrew Gaff plays the wing.
Yeah.
Brad Hill's a beautiful user. Brad Hill can find a
I like the guy from Hawthorn. He's
I put Brad Hills and Gaff personally.
He's
Isaac Smith? No, he's still there.
He's injured, but
who's the vice captain of Hawthorn? He plays on the wing. He's very good. He's played 200 games. What's his name? The skinny guy. Vice captain.
Smith.
Who do you like, Finey? Who are you trying to allude me to? Who are you trying to lead me into?
You're as good a winger as I've ever seen. I mean, lazy. You wouldn't swap over each quarter. You'd have to stay in your own wing.
That's a bit harsh.
That was his wing. Give him a chance.
That's my wing. Oh, I like this.
But let me tell you something, boys, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me here. I reckon, boys, you agree with me here. In the 80s, there were some fine, great wingmen.
Yeah.
You imagine them running around now.
Robbie Flower.
Well, Robbie Flower's probably the best.
Brian Wood,
Ricky Barham, Keith Gregg, Wayne Brian Wood.
Greg.
Did I say Jeff Cunningham? Jeff Cunningham at St Kilda, Finey.
Dougie. Every time I watch Brian Wood,
late Merv Nagel.
I actually got Wood.
Yeah.
Merv Nagel's a terrific player.
No.
Dipper was all right, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a bit dirty, but he's good. He won a Brownlow.
Yeah.
Dipper.
Good effort.
Mickey Turner,
great player, Mickey Turner. Mate, there were some great wingmen. David Murphy, David Glascott.
Yeah.
Robbie Neal, Scratcher Neal.
Murphy was good. Played for the Swans.
Scratcher Neal.
He won goal of the year. I won mark of the year.
Who was that, Warwick?
Dave Murphy won goal of the year, and I won mark of the year.
Yeah, good player, number 35. He's a good player.
Guess what? Channel 2 got the right, so I missed out in the Commodore. I already had 10.
Let me just give you one more, Kinky. This is for you, Kinky. If this guy, boys, was allowed to play as a wingman, which he wasn't at Collingwood because he went up playing centre half back, centre half forward, and other different positions. If Gavin Brown was allowed to stay as a wingman, I believe he would have been one of the all-time great wingers.
Yeah, good player.
Brown.
Oh, Dougie, look, yeah, you can certainly say that he had the ability to do that and would have done that and would have accomplished that role very successfully on the wing because he can do all those things naturally, and he's very good player.
Tough and skillful, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Great player.
Unfortunately, I think his two sons.
Jason Wild had that position sewn up.
Yeah.
Well, you asked me who's the best 4
Jason Wild.
Good question.
Jason Wild.
Wild.
Who?
You should ask me who's the best 4 forward going around. I've got no idea.
Jason Wild, number 22 for Collingwood.
Oh, the red-headed boy.
Yeah.
He was a tough kid.
Couldn't kick with his right foot. He should have tried his old fella.
He played for Collingwood, did he?
He should have swung that at it.
Okay.
How much I know
Tony Shaw was the coach. Tony Shaw was coaching then.
What do you think of
Say no more, Dad.
I think of Buddy Franklin. It's all over.
Who?
Buddy Franklin's got 3 years to go. Do you think he'll fulfil his contract?
He's finished. I think he's finished.
Yeah, too many soft tissue. Once you get past 32, it's hard.
Great player.
Got to wrap it up.
They might
What time we wrap up this, Finey?
Well,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Because at 7 o'clock, the Craig Dimmock show comes on.
Who?
Yeah,
Craig.
It's
Craig.
great.
Exactly.
Our pumpkin heads.
Have it up.
Finey's going to wrap it up now.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. It's been fantastic. This is Warwick Capper, the lean, mean, excitement machine, blonde hair, blue-eyed, ready for takeoff for Rene Kink's podcast, #1.
Hey, Warwick, will you come back, please?
It's been an absolute pleasure having you
Thanks,
on.
guys.
Once again, a living example of how dangerous it is. You've got to be careful when you do Botox. It makes you look good, but it is close to the brain. So careful where you put those needles in, Warwick.
I'll do the funny stuff, mate. Take your mask off. Good on you, guys.